Hey guys, welcome to Tech Tempest. Today we're looking at how a high-end smartphone from today compares to a modern gaming computer. Because it's quite often that you hear phones and tablets are becoming more powerful than your average computer, um, which I wanted to test whether it's true or not. So first of all, we're going to be testing against high-end gaming computers, and then I'll do separate videos on like mid-range computers and your everyday budget, everyday kind of office computers, home computer kind of things. So first of all, let's get a high-end smartphone. The Nexus 4, it's not quite the fastest anymore, but it's still up there with the very best. So what we're going to be using, if the touchscreen decides to work, is 3D Mark. This is a brand new benchmark, came out this year for PC, or last year for PC, and it's just been released on Android just a couple of weeks ago. Now basically what this allows is, because it's a cross-platform benchmark, is we can run the benchmark on the computer and get a feel for how this computer performs. And then we can run it on a phone, a tablet, anything that runs Android at the moment. It's going to be on iOS and Windows RT as well, but at the moment just Android. And then the scores will actually correspond to each other, which isn't something we've been able to do in the past. Obviously, we've had Peacekeeper benchmark for web browsers, but we haven't had one for the actual processing power and GPU power of devices. So it's a brand new thing, really interesting. So let's see how they compare. First of all, let's get the phone 3D Mark up. Right, here it is. Right, I'll just get the focus correct. There we go. So you can see we can run Ice Storm or Ice Storm Extreme. We're just going to run Ice Storm for now. This is so odd, it's all mirrored. And I'll let you run through the whole thing, may as well, just so you can see what it's like. Now there is a little frame counter at the bottom, but it's quite hard to see because of the lighting conditions and the size of it. It's quite small, quite hard to read. But at this point, you're probably looking at about 40 frames per second on the Nexus 4. So, perfectly playable frame rate for the amount of stuff that's going on. For a phone, this is quite intense. So there's a few tests that it does. 2 graphics tests, a physics test, and a combined test. What I'll do, if I show you the whole benchmark on the phone, I won't worry about showing you it on the PC. I'll just show the scores. So here's the physics test. Basically, this is more CPU intensive than GPU intensive. So if you overclock your CPU, you're not going to see much of a benefit on the other tests, but on this test, you probably will see quite a bit of benefit if you overclock the processor. And here are the results. So as you can see there, we've got a nice score of 10,872, which for a phone is really right up there with the best. So that's pretty impressive from the Nexus 4. Yeah, it says good news. This is one of the most powerful devices around, and everything seems to be working correctly. So yeah, that's a good feature with 3D Mark. If you've got a really powerful phone and you get a low score, like it will have a database of average scores for that phone. And if you have a lower score than average, it will say, oh, something's up with your phone. Maybe try closing some apps or see if you've got a virus or anything like that, which is nice and handy. My hair is too long. Right, so let's open up 3D Mark. I've got some results saved on the computer, so I'll just open these up and I'll put a screenshot up on the screen in just a second. So that's the phone benchmark all done. Now down here you can see the PC score. You can see it's a pretty high score of 112,000, almost 113,000, so it is pushing maybe 13 times faster. Sorry, about 11, between 11 and 13 times faster than the phone, which is obviously really substantial. To give you an idea of the difference, at the same point in the phone benchmark where I said it was getting about 40 frames per second, I was getting just over 1,000 with the computer, so it's a really hefty increase. Obviously we're expecting that. A high-end PC is going to obliterate any modern phone. But it's interesting to find out just by how much. So about 11 times faster, 11.3 times faster. Not it's not 13 times faster. It is 11.3 times faster. And this is not overclocked at the moment. The specs of this computer, basically we've got a CPU which is an Intel i5 2500K, which is running at stock clocks, and an HD 7950, which is actually overclocked. That's at 1.1 gigahertz, I think. So it's got a hefty overclock on it. So yeah, you can see it's a really big increase. What this means is that obviously PCs, high-end PCs at least, are still much better than phones. Obviously the expected result, but it's interesting to find out anyway. And we'll do another episode quite soon, where we'll be looking at like mid-range computers and lower-end computers like you see in everyday households and offices, as I guarantee that will be a lot closer to phones, and there we'll start seeing just how much phones have progressed and how close they are in performance to everyday computers. So thanks for watching Tech Tempest. Hope you found the video interesting and informative. We'll have more videos, we'll have reviews, tutorials, hacks, everything. So keep watching. Cheers for watching.